My kid married a bum. Now what? Hi, I'm Neil Tyra. I'm an estate planning attorney in Rockville, Maryland, and I do estate plans for regular folks like you and me. Now, if you're like me and have grown adult children, you recognize that this parenting job never really stops, even after they grow up and move away and get married. And one of the things we as parents are often concerned about is we want to make sure that any inheritance that we leave to our children goes to our children and not that money grubbing spouse that they married, right? So how do we protect against that scenario, given the fact that statistically more marriages end in divorce than continue on long term? So one of the ways to do that is using a trust. And if you've listened to my videos before, you might remember that I've said that trusts are oftentimes oversold by attorneys. I don't think most regular folks like you and me need a trust. But if you're trying to protect your children's inheritance from a spouse that maybe you think is suspect, then a trust is a proper vehicle to do that. And in order to understand that, we have to dive a little bit into the difference between marital property and non-marital property. So marital property is any property that's acquired during the marriage, regardless of how it's titled. Non-marital property is just the opposite of that. Well, when a couple gets divorced, they split up that marital property. And if your inheritance has come to the child, the adult child, and they've commingled those funds with marital funds, then that inheritance becomes marital property and it gets split up during the divorce. The way to protect that is to establish a trust and have the inheritance go into a trust. And that way, it doesn't get mixed in with the other assets belonging to the marriage. So you can have a trust, you can set up a trust now and you can manage it, or your adult child can manage it, or you can establish a trust in your will, a testamentary trust, a trust that comes into being only upon your passing. And that is a way to protect your assets that are going to your children from getting divided up in divorce court. If you need more information on this, I'm happy to assist you. Being a former family law attorney and now an estate planning attorney for regular folks like you and me, we come across this scenario all the time. Our contact information is at the end of this video. We'd love to have the opportunity to chat with you about it.